Hi, I'm Diane. I'm at Emmanuel Lutheran College at Budrum on the Sunshine Coast. I've been in this role for a long time, for 13 years. So I look after both the secondary and the primary school Tuckshops here at Emmanuel.
Fabulous. That's going to keep you very busy, I can imagine.
It certainly does, yes.
Hi, Diane. Nice to see you.
Yes, you too, Chris.
Jackie from Bundaberg North, we might go with you next.
Yep, I'm at the Bundaberg North State High School. I've been there 27 years. Currently in the process of looking for some extra paid workers, which has been an experience to behold. And that's about it.
I'm sure there's lots more to your story than that's about it, but
I'll keep it simple for the moment.
Well, 27 years says a lot, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Two to go.
Okay,
Raylene.
Two to go.
Raylene Akers, are you able to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Raylene. I've been in this position at Dolby South State School for the past 12 months. So far, so good.
Excellent. Now, I apologise if I pronounce this wrong, but Levelis, is that correct?
Yes, that's me.
Well done. Could you introduce yourself and what school you're from?
I'm Levelis and I'm from Springfield Central State High School.
State High School, excellent.
Springfield
Yeah.
Central.
Up here in Ipswich somewhere. I've been in the job for
Updating.
14 years, nearly 15 years. I worked somewhere else and then went to the high school when that opened. So round about, I've been at this particular school for 11, 12 years. So yeah, we're still going. We've got round about 1,800, nearly 2,000 kids, students, and it's keeping us busy.
That is a lot of students. I can imagine that is keeping you very busy. Sorry, I've just got I'm not sure if you can see that on the screen. I was just putting it to the side. Kylie, well, thank you, Levelis. That's very interesting. I might actually give you a call at some point. I have something that you might be able to help me with. Kylie from Jimboomba.
Hi, my video is not working, sorry. I've been at Jimboomba for 2 years. This will be my 3rd year. Yeah, made lots of changes and hopefully going well.
That's fantastic. And so what change? So are the changes recently, or have they been in the last, since were you able to make them straight away?
No, I'd never been in a tuck shop before when I started. And yeah, it was kind of like a learning curve for me. But I've just this year, or just in the Christmas holidays, totally updated my menu. So it's completely
wow.
So that was a huge undertaking.
Well done. That is a huge undertaking.
Yeah. So yeah.
Awesome. Kathy and Donna, you're from Stella Maris Primary School up at Maroochydore.
We are from Maroochydore. I'm Kathy. I've been in the role for approximately 18 years. We have over 800 students in the primary school.
Yep.
All's going well.
That's great. Very busy. And Donna? Another Donna, hello.
I'm just holding Kathy's hand. I often get called down there to assist in the tuck shop when there's not enough volunteers. And yes, I just give her a bit of a helping hand.
Well, you're obviously an unsung hero of the Stella Maris tuck shop, because quite often tuck shops can't run without you. So don't sell yourself short, Donna. Welcome to the both of you. Katie Shaw from Jindalee.
Yep, hi.
Hi.
Yeah, Jindalee State School, and I've been doing the role for it'll be about 10 years now, almost 10 years.
Fantastic. Welcome. Carmel from Gympie.
Yeah, I've been in the tuck shop role now for 5 years, coming up this year.
Fantastic.
Yep, not really much to say.
No, that's fine. It's all
I've
good.
worked in tuck shops work in Tuckshops when my boys were at primary school, but yeah, now it's a full-time role.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, well, welcome, Carmel. Hope we can chat soon. I'll be up at Sunshine Coast in the next couple of months. So I might stop in and say hello. Megan from Ferny Grove. Oh, and I've just spelled your name incorrectly. I've just noticed that. I'll rename that for you. Sorry. Ferny Grove.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I'm not very good with this technology stuff. Yeah, so I'm from Ferny Grove High. I've been in the role of the managing convener for about 2 years, but I've worked there for about 8 years. We've got 2,000 kids, and nice and busy. So
Fantastic. It's good to see you again.
yes, you too.
Who else have we got? Sarah from Wellers Hill. How are you?
I'm not sure if Sarah can answer, but she's put in the
No.
chat that she's had 6 years experience as
here she is.
operations manager. Wasn't sure if our Tuckshop convener was able to attend, so she's popped in, but she may have to leave as she's got a few things going on.
Oh, fine. We all have a few things going. So
They've got a new team this year, so she's trying to support them as much as she can.
oh, that's really lovely. Well, welcome, Sarah. We can see you and appreciate you, even if you can't talk to us. And then we have iPhone down the bottom. I'm not quite sure who iPhone is, but would iPhone like to introduce themselves? No, that's okay. Now, I know there's a few that we may have missed. I apologise. It's a bit hard to, now that we've got going, it's a bit hard to see everybody.
There's
iPhone.
Hi.
Hello, iPhone.
I don't know how to do this. It's on my phone.
We can
Hi,
ring
I'm Mia. I'm from Palm Beach State School.
Palm
And
Beach State
I've
School.
just taken over.
Oh, well, welcome.
And I'm probably going to have to duck out too because I have to go to swimming lessons.
No worries. Well, we'll get started so we can all get started. And now I apologise if I have missed anyone.
I think we had a
Please.
Trish. Is Trish here?
Is there Trish there? Yeah, I did see Trish earlier. I don't quite know. It's okay. We'll apologies. And if you would like to say hello, you can please so in the chat, but we might get going. So thanks everyone for coming along. So what's been happening in term 1 so far with QUAST? I'll just run through this quickly. So we have some new bento box recipe ideas launched this month, and that was in support of the Healthy Lunch Box week this week. So if you haven't had a chance to check that out, please do so. Talking Tuckshops and Healthier Tuckshop e-newsletters will be released in the coming weeks, so please keep an eye out for those. Also for the grant applications for funding for the Tuckshop upgrades, they close at the end of March. So if you're not aware of what that is, please give us a call, reach out, and we will help you. And QUAST is more than happy to write a letter of support for every Tuckshop that would like to submit an application. And we have a new Tuckshop Convener Network program. We're not calling it, it's not a mentor program, it's a network program. Oh, we have someone else turning up.
Rhonda from Ingham.
Yes. And that will commence at the end of term 1, but we will talk about more in the Healthier Tuckshops e-newsletter. Okay, so training sessions coming up. So we did run 4 courses in January, but if you are interested, we have got the Convener course, Pathway to Profit course, and the Food Safety Advisor courses all coming up in March. We do have numbers slots already taken in those, and they are limited. So we do encourage you to jump on and enroll if you would like to. They are there and ready and waiting for you. All right, well, let's get into it. Eco-friendly and sustainable packaging. So today we only have a short amount of time, and I only really want to take up a couple of minutes, probably 15 minutes to talk to you about it. But it's basically, what have you done? So I want to hear about what have you done with regards to eco-friendly packaging? Where have you seen the opportunities with the new packaging, and where are the limitations? Because I think that's also an important one, because that also creates opportunities for us to go out and explore in the market, maybe how suppliers could do better for everyone. First things first, a quick poll. So what I'm going to do, it's only 30 seconds, and we're just going to do it really quickly. So I'm just going to, actually, do you know what? The poll's not working. So we're just going to keep moving. So that's fine. No dramas. It's not important. I'll send them out through afterwards in an email, and you can answer them that way. So single-use plastic item ban. So that started in September 2021. It included most things, not everything, but plastic cutlery, straws, stirrers, cups, containers, plastic plates and bowls without lids. At the time, the recommendations by government were to source compostable or biodegradable cutlery, straws and stirrers and replace any foam containers or cups. And key recommendations by Quast at the time were to adjust menu pricing to account for changes as needed and to change all packaging to be compostable and sustainable. Because eventually across the state, there will be a total single-use plastic ban. We know that's coming up in September 23, so it's not far away. If you need more details about that, we're more than happy to send that through to you. That's just something to keep in mind. So what products are new on the market since then? Obviously these, I'm not sure if you've seen all of these. These are just some of the ones that I've been shown or I've seen myself in Tuckshops. If there are more that you have used or supplied, I'd love to hear about them. So please send me photos through. I'm always interested to know what products are on the market and also what's available and what's affordable. So these are all just different types. I did want to have a quick chat here. So these are the main ones, but what are the new products that you're found in your tuck shop? These are just some little ones that I've noticed, but what in your tuck shop have you noticed that are new since basically September 2021 with regards to packaging food? And it's just an open floor. So if anyone is more than welcome to go off mute and have a quick chat to share. Anyone's keen? No? Is there nothing new on there, or is it just people are very shy today? Don't worry, I'm going to give you a chance.
Just trying to get the products.
Levelis, yes. Getting the products themselves.
Yes.
Yeah. That is I was speaking to a tuck shop yesterday and they were having a similar problem. It was the accessibility and a lot of them sell out very quickly and they're quite expensive when they do come back in.
Yeah, and our suppliers don't seem to hold them at all. 1 minute you can get them and then you order a whole heap. That's what I've been doing, is stockpiling, because I run out very quickly.
Yeah.
And then you go back in to order the same thing and it's a different product. You can't get what
so you're saying it's the continuity of the product is also a problem?
Yes.
Okay.
And the availability to order it.
That's our problem. That's one of the reasons why we're here, to try and figure out where we can get these products.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah. So we do have some, I'm not sure if you know of the suppliers that we have been recommended on our website. There we've got a list. I'll show you at the end of the session today. So we do have a list of suppliers that have been recommended to us by Tuckshops. They don't seem to be restricted in terms of regions, but again, we haven't sort of contacted them to see if they've changed the way that they were delivering across the state. But we do have a list of 5 or 6 on our website for you to have a look at. And if I was hoping also that someone, particularly if there's ones in the regions, if people have any suppliers that they like and that they use, if they had any, if they were willing to share, like was in the group today, those suppliers' details. But we do have a few on the website to have a look through. But again, I did notice the other day when I went onto their website, some of those products are sold out. So again, it's that supplying. I think the overseas, if they've been produced overseas, sometimes there might be a delay. So, but yes, there's definitely something on our website. Now, I did have a case study really quickly because it's from a local metro school in Brisbane, but this was someone who was conscious about introducing the packaging and then what to do with the packaging, because obviously single-use ban was meant to reduce the impact on the general waste. And so they took around, it's from Newmarket State School, and Natalie is the convener there. And she took on a whole food approach with her trying to manage the waste that was coming out of the products that she was using. So she ended up getting recycling bins throughout the school so that children could discard of their packaging and their food waste within the one area in one easy spot. She also started using in the kitchen for food waste, these little perishable waste bins. So there were some items that she recommended really helped in terms of getting her to be able to get rid of the packaging that she was using. But she did mention in terms of the packaging itself, similar issues around, but it was available, but some of it was really expensive. And so she's actually she's trying a product out at the moment. She didn't want to sort of talk about it in case it didn't go very well, but she was trialing a new product. So if that goes well, she said she's more than happy to share the details of that as well. But what I thought I'd do is break you out now into some sessions. And basically, this is the time that if you do know of suppliers that are great in terms of giving you products, or if you're finding the challenges of suppliers, this is the time to have a chat about it. Definitely around those challenges. And I'd really like to hear some thoughts about where you would like to see in the future. So if it's an easier supply, or if it's a different type of product, please let us know through this chat, because then that's something that we can always take away. And then what products you would like to see available. So I'm just going to sort of split you out now. I was going to do via state schools and, sorry, not state schools, primary schools and secondary schools, but I think there's a good mix. So I'm just going to randomly assign you now into the rooms. It'll only be about 5 or 10 minutes. I'll come in and see how you go. Deanne and Chris will also be in those rooms. So if you have any directed questions, they're more than happy to answer them for you as well. So I'll just set up that
Donna,
now.
I'm sorry. Kathy and I are going to have to leave. We're working from school and we've got to lock up.
Oh, okay. No dramas, Kathy. Look, I might touch base with you tomorrow and I'll let you know how to access the rest of the meeting and everything and all the details.
That would be fantastic. Thank you so much, Donna.
No worries. Thanks, Kathy. How was the chat?
Yes, it was really good.
Yeah. Did you get to meet a few different Tuckshop conveners that you hadn't met before?
Well, I saw some different ones I haven't met before, yes. The ones I know mostly northern ones.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah,
that's good. Welcome back, Megan, Jackie, Diane. Just making sure everyone's back. I think we are, yes.
Yep.
Excellent. So we might just come together as a group really quickly and now share our group, share across the groups sort of what were some of the responses to the questions, which I have now realised after I sent you all in there without the questions, I can actually send them in there with you on a screen. So next time I'll make sure I do that. So you don't have to sit there wondering what the questions were. So who were the scribes? We had Deanne in one and I think, who was the other one? It was me. Was it Megan? No. Who was the other?
Chris, me.
Chris. Oh, you're the other scribe. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Perfect. So between Deanne, did you want to go first from your group? What were some of the benefits as a result of the ban?
Okay, so obviously there's environmental benefits, not contributing to landfill. There's also the benefit of contributing to a whole of school approach to sustainability. So lots of schools are taking on, doing composting and making sure they're recycling all their different types of waste products. Diane mentioned that at Emmanuel they have worm farms and compost bins, etc. So contributing to that, and also the important role modelling to students around, how they dispose of their waste and their packaging, and also I suspect when they get their Tuckshop products in Enviro packaging that they're not getting it in the plastic packaging. So just that role modelling for students.
And thank you, Deanne. And for Chris, what was some of the benefits of the result of the ban from your group?
Well, yes, very, very similar. And just one of the ladies, Lavella's, actually said that they had started recycling the plastic drink bottles and did all the work and was getting a good uptake, but unfortunately that the delightful students didn't always put the right thing in the right bin, so that was a little bit problematic. But yeah, basically, as Deanne said, globally excellent, makes people think about recycling. They'd had worm farms and things like that happening, so yeah, pretty much the same.
Okay, yeah, so it sounds like it's that real the global impact of the school community is where the value seems to be seen at the moment, but for individual tuck shops, maybe not so much at the moment. So hopefully there's some newer products that are starting to come out that can actually alleviate some of that, and there's greater benefits to the tuck shops. And I guess we've covered off some of the challenges. So, you know, we've spoken about supply, we've spoken about that some of them haven't been clear. So a lot of the packaging isn't clear. So it's very hard to display food, which makes it challenging, particularly in secondary schools where a lot of the food is on display. A lot of it's all wrapped up and you can't really see it. I didn't know if anyone had been able to track down a supplier that does supply clear packaging for food. Works really well. But that would be something I've been having a look around. So I'd be keen if anyone knows, if they've found someone, to let me know, because it's something that I'd like to add onto the website.
I thought you had some on that photograph that later on in the presentation.
At the beginning, yeah, we do. They're from EcoPack, those ones, some of those. And they're mainly for the cups. I think it's more for sandwiches and wraps, I think would be. So the removal of plastic wrap and replacing it with something else.
Our guys were looking for things to put fruit salad and those sorts of items in.
Yeah. So, but were there any other challenges that I may have skimmed over in that summary from the groups?
Price.
Deanne or Chris?
Price.
Price.
Definitely price.
Absolutely.
Mm.
And the other one was storage space. If you're trying to get a lower price and buying in bulk, and then having, you know, trying to find somewhere to store it. And then the eco packaging tends to take up a little bit more room than the traditional packaging as well. So that's been a bit of a challenge for some.
Yeah, that is a challenge. Particularly if it's easy to buy in bulk, but then you've got nowhere to store it. It's kind of a catch-22, isn't it? Now, what would you like to see in the future? What were some of the responses to this question, Dan and Chris?
With my guys, it was more about that clear packaging, you know, for things like the fruit salad, the custards, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, same. Clear packaging and eco packaging that withstands being heated up in a warmer without melting.
Yep, good one.
Or, you know, if it's a foil container, it's not too hot to the touch or that sort of thing as well. So sort of safety for the students.
Safely, yep. And what sort of products would people like to see available?
That's
pretty much the
same, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's great. Thank you. I know that's sort of a bit of an information gathering session for you all, but that actually really helps us here to be able to talk to suppliers and try and lock down some
You sort of need consistency, because if you buy castaway, you can't use chan roll lids to fit on a castaway container. You have to buy specific lids and containers, and you're never going to match by the end of the sleeve. You're never going to.
I think they do that on purpose, Jackie.
I think they do.
I don't
It'd be
think
nice
they're
if they were
gonna
consistent.
It's like you can't charge an iPhone with a Samsung charger.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly,
Yeah, that's
exactly. I think the other thing that was interesting in our group was a lot of them were buying through the distributors. So whether it be QFS or because we were all sort of around Brisbane or Bidford, didn't matter who they're buying through, there was an intermittent just amount available. So just going directly to the manufacturer of the packaging, I think is a good way to go, because you've got more hope of getting that bulk supply.
I noticed Lavellis was just talking, but she was on mute. Did you have something to say, Lavellis?
Sometimes the castaway containers have different lids. They're supposed to fit the same lid, same container, and you try and put it on and it doesn't, because it's made in China or in Taiwan, and the bottoms are made in New Zealand, and of course they don't fit.
So the joys of being a tuck shop convener.
It is.
So wonderful. Well, that's fantastic. Thank you. So is there anything else before we move on? Because after this, I would just like to, Sarah wants to come in. Sorry, from where you've got her in. Yeah, so we're just going to move on, and then I'm just going to open it up to the floor after this. So I've got a little bit more to give you with regards to what's happening in at Quast and where you can go online. So I just wanted to show you the website. I didn't know if people had been onto the website to show that what some of the, so we have some, I don't know if I can click that on. I'll just show you the website that we've got here. I'll tell you the list actually, because it might. So there's a suppliers list online, but we have EcoPack, Blue Dust, Enviro, Mart Australia, Vegware, and the Packaging Place. They're quite big distributors though. So if there are local distributors, I'd be actually really keen to add them to that website so that we can separate them out by region.
Exist anymore.
Sorry?
Blue Dust doesn't exist anymore. It's gone over to Pronto Packaging.
Pronto.
Oh, good to know.
Do you know what? When I clicked on their website, I noticed that, but I didn't notice it, if you know what I mean. So you're right, it's Pronto Packaging now. So we've still, but the link is still current. So if you follow that through, it's now Pronto Packaging, but we'll update that picture. But what more information would you like on that website? Because that's all, I mean, that's what we feel like you need, but is it, what else would you guys like to see on that website for you? Would it be individual products? Would that be better? Or would it be around the type? So maybe it's a, would it be more like if we separated it by drink supplying or by food, packaging?
Maybe even hot and cold,
reheating.
you know, do your hot packaging separate, because they are a different type of thing.
Yep.
Maybe the regional suppliers.
Yeah.
I mean, just contact details like the one that Diane mentioned, the one that Raylene mentioned out in Dolby. Jackie, you've got a couple up in Bundy. So, yeah, it might be just worth for us to get in contact with some of those suppliers to say, is it okay if we pop your brand up on our website? I mean, I can't imagine that they'd say no to that.
No, we don't charge or anything. So
no, that's right. And then, yeah, and that gives, I guess, more coverage across the whole state as well.
Yeah, I think that's a good option. It would be nice to sort of divide that through, and then we can see where the gaps are, I think, as well for us.
Especially if there's those that do send, you know, their packaging away from their local area. That's really good information for people to know if they want to do a bit of a price comparison or just availability to be able to ring around.
And also what things are used for what products are used for what, like your fruit cups. What sort of products do people use for fruit cups? What sort of products do you use when you make a burger? Do you just wrap it in paper? Do you put it into a clam type thing, or do you leave it open? Everyone
I can feel a fact sheet coming on.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I'm getting a good fact sheet vibe right here.
Everyone uses different things for different reasons, and I mean, I know it's different when you've got things on display or whether you're self-serve or all of that, but yeah,
2 fact sheets.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I agree. I think something that I didn't obviously have time to pull it together because I also didn't know obviously the suppliers, and I wanted to hear from you what worked and what didn't work. So I think what we'll do is, in developing these fact sheets, we'll probably send out some, I guess, surveys to say, what do you use, what don't you like to use, and that's really helps us to then build that resource database for
Maybe
you
even
as
just a
conveners.
Facebook open question.
Yeah,
what people come
something
back
like
with.
A lot of companies will give you sample of their product, because I've got a couple of boxes sitting in my storeroom collecting dust.
Me too.
We even have samples in our office, and we don't serve food.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Didn't even know.
They will give you a sample if you want to trial them anyway.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. I mean, I think that's also good to see if you're happy to pilot something in a tuck shop to see if it works or not, because sometimes we don't know until we give it a go. That's part of the challenge, isn't it? And is there, I think on the next slide, I've just got much of the same sort of questions really. What would you like to know about eco-friendly packaging? But I think we've covered that. So I think in terms of understanding how we can better serve you as members, I think it's also about identifying products and identifying what they're good for. So if they're okay for heating up, or if they're only for cold products only, if they can be used for burgers, or if they can be used for drinks, or they can be used for burgers and sandwiches. So information like that I feel might be useful for you moving forward. Something like hints and tips, and we can do that. And then what we'll do is we'll work through with the network about preferred suppliers and products, and hopefully we can get a good list running work on that over the next couple of months to get that up and running, so that by the time it comes to start making more bulk orders, we can get that happening for you. So
I was just wondering, has anyone explored the idea of taking a photo of what the meal looks like and having that on display when you've got everything in packages where you can't see, having a photo like you see sometimes in Chinese menus or Korean menus, they'll have a photo. So
yeah,
you can,
lots of schools.
choose.
I've seen lots of schools do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
take photos and put them on Facebook, put them on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
Okay.
But my students don't wait long enough to be able to look at a picture. They just want to get the food and get out.
Well, maybe
they know it's all good, Jackie.
Well, there's no aircon in your Tuckshop, Jackie, so of course they're hurrying.
I know they're poof out and in. Let them muck around.
Taxi Schools now has the ability to upload a photo on there as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
We just
what you're saying,
photos.
Deanne, it's good for high schools.
Yeah. So having like just whatever's on the menu for that day, the meals that you would serve in the packaging that you can't see through, have a photo at the beginning of the service line so kids can see that as they're coming in, and then they can base their decision on, the photo that they look at, because kids eat with their eyes.
We all do.
But they don't know what one way means either and what a rubbish bin.
And also you can make the picture look a lot better than the actual product in real life. That's a really important part of marketing.
They'll still open the box.
Yes, they will. They do.
They do.
Oh,
they still open the box. It's written in big letters, and they still open it, and they've had it several times, and they'll still open the box. So my policy is you open, you buy.
Absolutely, little treasures. I've got a chat message here from Carmel from Gympie South. She said the minimum order details would be good as well, and also the price.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Absolutely. I think you're right, actually, because I did jump on a website yesterday and I think there was a minimum order for 5,000. And I went, I think that's a lot.
Not feasible for a high student school to have.
I mean, where would you put 5,000? Even if they were flat packed, there would still be boxes and boxes and boxes of the stuff.
I guess, I mean, that is a lot, but maybe...
That might be for a business to buy.
Yeah, be more for
like Bid Foods to buy and then...
But it might be something you could buy in conjunction with some other local schools, perhaps. Like, for example, with you, Jackie, you've got North Primary just, across the road, basically.
Across the road.
Yeah, it might be good to think about them to go in with you for an extra bulk. And Megan, you're close to Fernie State School, so that might work too.
Actually, that's a good point. Maybe it's about power in the purchases.
Yeah,
having a few more than just the one.
We've got Megan who says, please include product codes in the fact sheet. That's a great idea.
Absolutely.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Nice work, Megan. Absolutely. That actually really helps. Because it's nothing worse than going to try and find the product and you have to search for the name and it doesn't come up with anything.
And you haven't got exactly the right name.
Yeah.
The codes would be good.
That's fantastic. Thank you. Was there anything else before we moved on in terms of the eco-friendly? Like I'm sort of getting a really nice picture around, using digital pictures to help with when we can't get packaging that's clear, using digital imagery to sort of supplement that, even if it's short term. There's also, I think, the ability to package them up in those sandwich wraps. They seem to be quite nice for sandwiches and wraps and also biscuits and things. Was there anything else?
I just wanted to say if people are looking for really good quality images, then our recipe photos are available for all. You can just download those pictures. So you're very welcome to use those. They're not all great, but some of them are really good. So pick and choose what suits.
And if you are looking for some, please just give us a call and we'll see what we can find for you.
We might have something.
Have a bit of a repertoire. Yeah, we might be able to find
Chrissy, our comms officer, seems to be able to procure things instantaneously. So
nowhere. We've got no idea how she does it.
Jackie, this is Chrissy who went to North Bundy High. Like, I
Well,
don't
she
know.
must be wonderful then.
Well, she is. I don't know her maiden name, so I'll find out for the next network
Okay.
meeting.
I've been there
Yeah.
long enough to probably know her.
Oh, you'll know her, yeah, because she's sort of early 30s.
Does she remember Jackie?
Yeah,
she'll
of
remember
course
me,
she
all
does.
right.
She remembers Jackie, all right. Everybody knows Jackie from North High.
I'm not sure if that's good or bad.
No, it's good. It's good. It's all good.
Good. You're leaving a legacy there, Jackie. People remember you long after they've gone.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so.
I just
Wow.
wanted to let you know about the Upwork. I know it's getting close to time. So upcoming network meetings, this is a lot on one page. Don't
It
stress
is.
it's coming out in the newsletter, but I just thought I'd throw it up here. I wanted to make sure I had all the regions. So basically statewide meetings are coming up. The next one's on the 21st of March. Unfortunately, I'm away for the next couple of weeks. I'm going on my honeymoon. So I'm
Ooh,
away.
lucky you.
So I won't, and I'm not allowed to work from Singapore.
No, we won't let her.
No, I'm not allowed.
Not on Married at First Sight where they do that. So
Well, I need this to be my last marriage, so I need to be not working with my honeymoon. Yeah. But when I'm back, we're going to kick off again. So 21st of March for statewide and 28th of March as well for the regionals. Now, the metros aren't on here, but we're actually doing 2 in Metro Brisbane on the 7th and the 14th. And we're running them in the Quast offices straight after the training that we're holding that day. So if you were interested in coming along to the training, please pop along or stay in your seat actually for the Metro Regional Network meeting. It'll run straight after that. But you'll get that out in an email the next couple of days. But for all of the other regions, these are basically we're working in. I'll be up and visiting, and I'm planning on staying a couple of days in the regions to try and get around to see you. If I can hold some training up there while I'm up there, I'm really keen to do that as well. So these are the weeks. I don't have the dates specifically, except for April 17th to 21. I know those dates I'll definitely be there. So if you would like me up there and you would like something while we're there from Quast, please let me know. If you're happy to host a network meeting, we'd really love someone to offer up to host this year. I would like to thank everyone who did host last year. Thank you so very much for that. They'll only go for an hour like this one, but it would be really nice to do a bit of a tour around your tuck shop so you can sort of show off all the wonderful things you do. Jackie, if it's okay, I may not visit until May or June just because if there's no aircon, I'm not good with
oh, come on, that's a weak excuse. No aircon. Yeah, I know.
For anyone who has aircon, I'll be there next week. I may miss my honeymoon, so that's fine.
I'll excuse you.
But so have a look at those, but don't stress out too much because they are coming out in the e-newsletter in the next couple of weeks. But that's it from me. So thank you. This was my first one. So please, I hope it was informative. I hope you enjoyed the chats with everybody. If there's any feedback or areas to improve, please do let me know. But I'm always happy to answer emails or phone calls with any query that you might have. Thank you to Jeanne and Chris for also jumping on and being superstars as you always are. And thank you everybody for turning up today. I really appreciate you coming along. It's been I've learned a lot today, and I hope that moving forward we can return the favour and provide you with some more information that will help you make your jobs easier.